Hey everyone, welcome to NiteLife Exchanges, where we discuss subjects regarding performance and the nightlife, cabaret, Broadway. And today we have a great guest, but before we go there, I have to bring on my co host, Tony Javits. So come on, Tony.
Hey Scott, how
There
you
you
doing?
go.
I
I'm
almost
doing
didn't
good.
recognize you. They're your iconic glasses.
You know what I said? I don't need my glasses. I have no notes I need to read because I know this guest so well, and I'm thrilled to have her here with us too.
Me too.
It's the holiday season, and she's the perfect gift. So,
Well said.
let's not belabor at all, and let's just bring on. First, we'll see a little bit of what started her career. The wonderful Brandi Massey.
Let all laws be agreed. I'm wicked through and through, since I cannot succeed. Fear of saving you, I promise no deed. Will I attempt to do no good deed will I
And here's the lady herself.
So thrilling.
Hello. Hello.
Brandy, that's a while ago now, huh? That's history.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was the first thing. That was one of the really first big things that you did, huh? Was what did you do
Well,
first?
I did my first Broadway show was Jekyll and Hyde playing Lucy. Yeah, that was my first one. And then I believe Carolina Change and then Wicked.
And how did that happen? I know you a while, pretty well. I don't think I've ever asked you. How did that happen? Like did you just go in for? Were you called in? Was there an audition that you went in for? How did you get that Wicked job? Because
Um,
a lot of kids need help figuring out what they need to do, and I think going on auditions is one of the things that people have to do.
Yes, I auditioned for it. The first time I auditioned for it, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get this. Like, this is not gonna happen. So the first time I kind of just nonchalantly went in, and then I got a call back, and I was like, wait a minute, is this happening? Okay, this is for real now.
Right.
This is for real. But sad but sweet story. I was on my way. It was fun. I was on my way to Cincinnati, and my brother had passed away. And I said, I have to go. I have to leave. I have to be with my family. And I get a call from my manager, and she's like, well, they want to see you again. And I was like, no, I'm going home. There's no way they're going to pick me. There's so many other girls out there. Is this all for show, or am I really sitting in that seat?
Right.
And she talked to casting, told them about everything that was happening with me and my family. And they said, no, this is it. We're really, really considering her. And if she can just stick around for one more day, we'll make sure she gets home. So I stuck around for one more day, and I went in there. And there's something about an audition. When you go into an audition, you have all these nerves, and you have so many things that could block
Right.
Your creativity in a way where it comes off genuine and sweet and sort of a truthful way, which I tell all my students, tell the truth. Tell the truth, tell your truth, and make sure that shines through. So I think that was a little bit of something of what I was missing coming in, the other two times, was that sort of innocence. And I went in and I said, I was lifeless. I had just lost my brother, and I was in a space where, of quietness, of stillness, of listening to myself. And I went in that last time, and, I did the scenes and I went into the songs, and it was just something about that time that was very special to me. And I can really relate to the storytelling and the words. And I think that that's what landed me that job.
So they got full truth.
Yeah,
They
they got
got
the
full truth.
truth. Yeah.
And
Well,
you
and they
said
saw you.
students.
I was just
You
gonna say,
know,
and they saw you. They
Yeah.
they saw what you could do, in less than ideal circumstances
Yes.
as well. So I mean,
Yes.
you would
And
never wish that for anybody, but I mean,
you
it's
mentioned
like,
you mentioned students, and you've
Hmm.
been
Oh,
doing that for a while, and
yeah.
you've helped a lot of students when you were at Amden. Now you've got a new job responsibility that you've taken over now. And
Yeah.
why don't we let everybody know what that is, because you're continuing to build the theater and teach and do all of these wonderful things. So let's hear about that.
Yes. So I taught for 4 years at the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York. And I mean, I just thank all my students if you're watching, and I will have them start watching if they're not. But you guys are so special because they take trust falls, right? They get this roster, they see this teacher who's been around, and they don't know, if what you're giving them, the knowledge that you've learned, what you're giving them is true, is facts. And I always try to tell them that you're different. Each one of you are different. And so I've been doing that for 4 years at AMDA. And I live in Montclair, New Jersey, where there's a lovely theater called the Vanguard Theater, which is literally like 2 doors down from me. And I kind of ran
nice.
up on the company by chance. They do like piano bar nights now. So we're trying to bring piano bars to um, Jersey, because you get to New York, you want to stay, you want to lounge around, and then you're like, oh crap, I live 45 minutes away.
Right.
So what we do there is once a month we host a night without Montclair, which is also a lovely organization out here who I'm paired up with,
Right.
and we do a piano bar night. And we get the best of the best. I don't know if you know Kenny Green, who plays at Marie's Crisis. He comes out and we put on this huge night, and it's great. So look out for that. But not only that, I went there one night and to enjoy the night with Kenny being there, and I sang a song. Of course, who could resist at a piano bar singing a song, right? And I sang a song, and from there on, they were like, would you be in our next production? And their next production was Passing Strange, which was written by Stu. So we put on that production of Passing Strange, where I played the mother. And it's just such a big community over here. Everybody out here came to see the show, and I fell in love with them just as much as they fell in love with me. And then I went on to direct the summer show, Dear Edwina Jr., which my son was a part. He played the role of Scott. Very proud of him. And yeah, so I direct there now. I am on the community outreach. I do some of that, and whatever they need. Being a nonprofit is so. It's really hard, but we need them in times such as this.
Beautiful. It really is a beautiful community there. I
It's
mean,
such a
so
beautiful
supportive of
community.
the arts for
Hmm.
such a long time. So that's
Hmm.
kind of that's perfect for you. Of course, we love Kenny. Kenny's
Yeah,
a big fan. We're a big favorite of our community here in the piano bars in New York. So again, he travels a lot. So is there a
yes.
specific night that happens, just to repeat it so that everybody gets an idea
Um,
when to get out to Montclair?
It's not a specific night. You can go on the website. You can go on our thing. I believe our next one is in January,
Okay.
January 18th. And sometimes we have theme nights. Although we have themed nights, we do have an open form of requests. So the last night we did was it was for Halloween, and we did Little Shop of Horrors, and we had the screens playing Little Shop of Horror and people acting out, and sort of like a Rocky Horror thing. But yeah, so if you could come on out to the Vanguard Theater, there's that happening. There's Aladdin Junior happening. If you have children, we're doing Aladdin the first weekend of January, which is 5th, 6th, and 7th. I believe my son is in it. I didn't see it. And we have our next big main stage production of Lady Day at
Right.
the ballroom, right? We all know Lady Day from Audra's grand performance of it being on Broadway. And now it's going to be done at Vanguard Theater, and it's going to star
No,
Tracy Lee. Yes, Tracy Lee is Lady Day. And one of my dear friends, and I don't know if you know him yet, but Darnell White, who is also
you
in
do.
the, yeah, he's also into nightlife. He's also in the piano bar cabaret sort of realm. So he's out here with us too. So we try to keep it in the family, even though we're not in New York. We like to feel like we're in New York.
It's a small world because I got to see Darnell last night. He was playing
Oh,
Cameron Mitchell Bell's show at Green Room 42.
yes.
An incredible show. I mean, it was a remarkable show, and he's a wonderful. He's what an addition he is to
Mhm.
have him up on that stage. Everything musically was so perfect, and
Yeah.
he doesn't intrude, but he's right there for it. It was just really, really well done. So I got
Mhm.
to catch him on the street on the way home. He was already out, and I said I made sure to say hello. We've had him on. He was on a while back during pandemic, of course,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
you did for us all. Pandemic. I mean,
Mhm.
we didn't sit at home. Well, you know what we did.
Yeah.
We worked.
We
Jasper
definitely were.
Deadland, which
Yes.
Tony can talk about some of his experiences of creating, a show all on, totally online.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we did it.
Using this little old platform, but we had
A
a lot of
robot.
great people. When you've got a beautiful group of performers and creative team and all. As you know, theater is figuring it out, even when it's not in a theater space. You
It's
just
Tony's
figure it out.
robot voice again.
Oh no, really?
Yes,
It's
it's
back.
okay. I like it. It's like having R2D2 coming on here with me. So
Okay.
listen, Brandy, we want to hear a little bit more of your voice because it's so wonderful, and I get to hear it at your day. Sometimes what you call I guess your day job or whatever you
You
still
always you have
yeah,
to have a little job in your pocket, people. When
sure
you're
do.
when you're an actor and you're in this business, you have to keep it moving. You always have to keep steady work.
Yeah, absolutely, and you have over the years. But I mean, so let's take a listen to this number, and then we'll come back and we'll chat after that about some of the other stuff that's going on.
Okay.
All right, let's enjoy a little more Brandy in action.
Life, what I wouldn't give to have a new life. One thing I have learned as I go through life, nothing is for free along the way. A new start, that's the thing I need to give me new heart. Have a chance in life to find a new part. Just a simple role that I can play. A new hope, something to convince me to renew. A new day, bright enough to help me find my way. A new chance, one that maybe has a touch of romance. Oh, where can it be? The chance for me. A new dream. There's one I know that very few.
Wow.
that being from the Broadway sessions.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Some of these ways of going out, like, and you've been in the business for a long time. You've had all of these different roles and done a lot of things, but you still go and do that kind of a open mic slash group
Mhm.
thing where you're joining people and performing. And so what we have now is that we're going to have to get people out to Montclair. So you
Yeah.
have to be at one of those in January when
Hmm.
people, if you're not on our mailing list for our e-blasts from Nightlife Exchange, you can go to the website and just add your name, your email address, and we'll send it because we'll make an announcement about that. Because if you haven't seen Kenny Green now, Brandy, I don't remember now. We during the middle of the pandemic, as soon as they opened up back down there on Grove Street and Marie's Crisis, we went in there way early. We went in there
Oh,
when we
I
still
did
had
too.
it was like being in. No, you and I met there. We remember we
Oh
went to.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There was so many plastic uh, room breaks and all of that, but
My God, the little dividers, the seat dividers.
we needed to get back into it, and we did. But so we just love that, and I love that you still do that, and I love the fact that it's something that's happening out there now, closer to people that
Yeah.
live in Jersey. And now a question is, your son is doing actually. I saw him not that long ago. He's doing really well,
Yeah.
um, and he seems to have that performer bug.
Yes, he does.
Which
Yes.
Mama, right? Which Mama is making sure to work with and give him lessons and teach him
Mhm.
the important things that a lot of people you can speak from experience and you can
Yeah.
really give him. So what has he learned that he's looked at you and been surprised? Is there anything that you've said to him about performance and being in this business that has surprised him?
Um, he rarely gets surprised by anything because I've been toting him around for a very long time. Well, he's
Right,
11. So he's kind of been backstage. He's kind of like seen how musicians work, how the lights work, how the ushers work, how the box office works, so he's kind of been groomed around this. And I didn't really know that he wanted to do this. But I overheard him singing, and I was like, you can make some money. Talk to kids about money. They're in. I'm telling you. I'm like, come on, we can do this. We can really, really do this. And he was actually up for MJ for Little Michael.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I think the spark like really hit him like, oh, this is real. I can really do this. I can put my mind to it and I can do this. And so he's just been delightful to listen to, like to hear. And he right now, he thinks it's fun. He doesn't really know that it's work. So I'm like, you have
right.
to rehearse. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna go out there and do it. I'm like, it don't work like that. You've got to go to rehearsal,
Right.
right? And so we're up, I will say, we're up for a very special project that is happening, a pre Broadway run of a show.
Excellent.
And we're both up for it. I went in for my audition and then they start asking me about him. And I'm like, wait a minute. So just 2 weeks ago, we went into an audition together and it was great. It
That's
was,
great.
Oh, that was
The audition process. So we're going to wind it up, but anybody that knows me and knows about where I work on my day job, that's Ellen Stothersteiner, and Brandy's been there. Brandy, you must have found that news about having to go for that audition for Wicked when you were still working you were working at Ellen's,
oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. It's so funny. I remember I was working at Ellen's at the time when I was working at Ellen's the time I got Jekyll and Hyde. I was working at Ellen's the
right,
time I got Nala and the Lion King on the West End. I was working at uh there when I did Wicked. Like that job for me is it's so rewarding. It's a rewarding job because you have these people from all around the world listening to you sing, and they're so excited to be there. And I mean, it's the same kind of love that I give out when I give on stage.
Right.
It's the same thing. And plus, you know, you're there to spread love, make money, audition, book a job, come back. You know, it's been Ellen's has been a stability tool for me my
Well,
whole
for many
career.
people.
And I tell people, no, I'm not, I'm not that person that's like my ego's too big to do anything. To do anything. People's like, well, I wasn't going to call you because I wasn't sure. I'm like, you know how many opportunities I've missed out on because people are afraid that I would say no? I'm
Right.
like, no, this is the business. We are all here. We're a community out here to help each other create and grow and tell stories.
Well,
Here,
you've been
here.
part of that community for a long time, and as I said, I know for a fact you've helped a lot of people get acquainted and learn how to be in that community, and you'll continue to do that. And we wish you the best of break a leg on. That would be amazing to be able to be the two of you. You save a lot of money on having a babysitter. That's for sure.
I'll
And
be
he's not really a
there.
baby anymore. He's like
Benefits keep coming.
he's a young man.
Yeah.
He impresses me when I see him. He's got a definite personality and he does have drive, Brandy. He
Yeah.
does. He does
Yeah.
have drive. So okay, so Tony, we're gonna take off now, and
Do we have to?
wishing you still have that little bit that robot voice,
Robot.
but it's okay. We're gonna take off, and we wish Brandy have a wonderful holiday coming up.
Yes,
Christmas
you
and
too.
Hanukkah are upon us, and all the other Kwanzaa and everything else that's
Yeah.
happening. And we'll see you soon. And folks, if if you're in the neighborhood near Ellen Sawdust Diner at 51st and Broadway, you never know when you can catch a Broadway star like
Yeah.
Brandy. Yeah, on that mic doing her thing. All right, bye now.
Bye. Thanks for having me.